while obviously the BBC is primarily talking to people in the UK, it's also a global broadcaster with a global brand name. And so it's one of the world's biggest news organizations too. So something like this is going to attract international attention. Pretty much everything you hear on the news, unless it's live, like this conversation, has been edited. Someone has listened to it and edited it, and we edit for brevity and we edit for it to make sense. But what you cannot do, what you must not do, is edit in such a way that it changes the meaning of what that person has said, or it puts words into their mouth or makes them say something they didn't. And so, yeah, it's a huge, huge blunder that was made in that Panorama documentary. Did it materially mislead the audience as to what Donald Trump actually said? Because he was convicted of inciting an insurrection by the House of Representatives. 57 senators did vote to convict him as an impeachment trial. And of course, the person who has taught the most in the last 5 years inside the BBC about the need to restore trust and the need to hammer home these lessons on impartiality has been Tim Davie, who has found himself, beset by problem after problem and scandal after scandal. It is true to say that the BBC, when it finds itself in this situation, when it finds itself in political controversy, when it finds itself being attacked by the press or attacked by politicians, it is so slow and so lead-footed in its responses. It was obvious from day one to anybody outside the organization that unless it had a phenomenally good excuse that we didn't know, it was going to have to apologize. It has left open a window for 1 full week for every newspaper that has an obsession with kicking at the BBC to take another kick, for every politician to do that. It has left itself in such a weak position with no director general, no head of news, going into trying to renegotiate its entire future for the next 10 years. One of its worst enemies at times is itself. And this is one of those situations you've seen. Why didn't you apologize a week ago? Why didn't you move faster? Whoever sat on the board of the BBC and genuinely thought, we can wait this out over the weekend, lads. It's not urgent.